Looky what I got today from the Durabak company. I know there's been some heated debate in my thread lately about the Durabak, but I had them send me a couple of samples anyway, and they sent them in. I couldn't decide whether to go with a gray or a cream colored, but after what I've done with this back here, I think that's a pretty good match. I mean, obviously it's going to be covered, so it really doesn't matter, but the gray would have been closer to like this right there. It's kind of hard to see. So, I don't know. It's on the floor here. Obviously that's a speaker hole, and then there's the engine area. But I'm thinking the cream, because if we ever decide to change the gray out, I'm not real hot on this gray and the cream color of the boat. I think the guy who had it before me just made kind of a poor decision, but it's new. I got what I got, so I'm not going to complain. But I tell you, this is on a piece of metal, and I've bent it and bent it back. I've tried to scrape it, and I cannot get it to chip whatsoever, like some people were saying. I wonder if it really comes down to the surface preparation. This is on plastic. This one's not on anything else, but I cannot scrape it. I mean, I've taken this pry bar and tried to scrape this off, and it does not scrape off. I mean, it's very flexible. It's a poly. See, I even ruined the plastic on the back of it before this stuff started to flake. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn, but I'm really kind of leaning more towards this Durabak. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of space. They say it covers 60 square feet per gallon for 2 coats, and that's all they say to do. And I've got basically a 6x6 area here plus a little 3x2, which puts me at like 42 square feet. So I should have more than enough to do my my floor, or I'm sorry, deck. Excuse me. That being said, I'm still leaning towards using the Durabak for my deck covering. And of course, we'll have some carpet and such made to snap in. To cover this, that way it's not just our primary. It's kind of like having the floor and then using floor mats. And I don't know, I'm torn, guys. I really am. Had some bad reviews, and I've had a whole bunch of good reviews. And I've even talked to the Durabak company, and they've said, it is all about having to rough up this surface. And you can see mine's real shiny right now, so I need to go through and sand it down with 40 grit. Somebody asked also about the Elmer's glue, or I'm sorry, the Elmer's poly that I used on this part. And yes, it's available at Lowe's, and I think it does have wax in it, so it's kind of got it's real slick surface. It's a finishing poly. But I'm going to take my belt sander with 80 grit and go over this whole floor and level it out, because I've got so much fiberglass on it. I'm going to level it out nice and smooth before I put the Durabak down. But other than that, I think I'm going to do this Durabak. I'm almost decided on it, unless you guys can talk me out of it. But Barracuda or Cuda said that he's done his bayliner that way, and I've followed his thread completely, and we didn't have any problems whatsoever. But anyway, on to what I did tonight. I didn't get a whole lot done. The idler tensioner pulley in my van that we just purchased went out, and I had to spend an hour or so diagnosing that, so I'm probably going to spend the first part of the weekend replacing that idler pulley, or actually the whole tensioner arm. But anyway, I put another coat of the Rust-Oleum down today. I didn't do the bilge coat yet. I don't think I'm going to do that last. So I put another coat all around here to get good coverage, and to basically kind of get that another coat down. And I'll probably do at least 2 more. Heck, I've only used a quarter of the gallon. I think it looks just cool. But anyway, a lot of you guys say you're liking the videos, and to be honest with you, I like making the videos instead of typing, because I hate typing. So as long as you guys still like them, I'll keep making them. because it's sure a whole lot easier. Last thing, got a question. You guys think this is the access holes where the gas tank is, fore and aft, and I'm thinking about leaving those covered up, but of course putting the covers back over them, but just to kind of keep the water from seeping back down in front of it unless I just have to get in there. I thought about just leaving those covered up. But I've also, if you look back here, right down there, I drilled a little hole in the section that goes from the front of the boat here to the engine bay to let the water run into the bilge and eventually down through the drain hole. So that way I can have nice water flow, and then of course all the floor, or the deck, excuse me, flows towards the middle and then down. It's kind of got a slant to it. It's kind of nice. And of course, I've got my buddy here. He's helped me out. He removed all the poly off the floor that I had dripped. How'd you do it?
With a hammer.
With a hammer, yeah. And I'm sure you used your safety goggles, right?
No.
Uh-huh, okay. Anyway, that's what we got done today, and I'll probably put another coat down tomorrow, and I think I'm going to order the Durabak tomorrow also, so that way I can at least have it in maybe for next week and start, putting down some rolls. But then it's on to the engine, actually electrical first. It's that mess right there. So talk to you guys later.